Hey there, it is me, Lisa, the Love Coach. I'm so psyched you found me in this vast sea of videos. Your search brought you to me, and I'm going to make it worth your time. Today, I am talking about the reasons why people may not get a second date. So if you're watching this and you're one of those people that you're like, why don't I get the second date? Like, I go on a date and it's amazing and I think we hit it off great, and then it just falls flat. So we're going to get into the reasons that might be, and this is based on just, stuff that I see with people that I coach. I'm a professional life coach. I specifically deal with dating and relationships, help people to heal past wounds so that they can thrive in relationships. And I am the founder of LoveQuestCoaching.com, where I offer a free LoveLife Assessment. So you can go there and, take the assessment completely for free. I actually do it. It's not a bot or anything like that. It's just me reading what you submit, and I give you specific answers to your specific questions. But for today, we're going to talk about this whole second date thing, people going on dates, many times investing money and time, right? This takes time, right, ladies? You can, and men too, right? Guys have to go get cash and get gas, and just there's a lot of, the grooming and the shaving, all that. So there's a lot on both sides, effort put into going on a first date. But then when it seems to go great and it's like, well, what happened? And nobody gives one another any feedback, right? So I decided to post on Facebook, give it to the people, right? Let people kind of talk about, discuss it. So I made a post. It said, list reasons why they didn't get a second date. This will be juicy. And it was. It ended up in 146 comments, and they are coming still. And I'll just give you like a snippet of some of the comments that people said. And this is a woman. He thought a man could become a woman. And when I asked him if he had ever dated an intact trans woman, he said no, but he was okay with it if there was chemistry. Running like my hair was on fire as fast as I could. I guess I'm not what you would call open-minded. So that brings me to like number one reason, not number one in order or anything, but a reason why people are not advancing to a second date is simply because they are not on the same page with values, with political ideology, with even not politics, if you just put that aside, just values, core values, the way you see the world, your views on what is going on in the world. If they don't match up, you're probably not going to have a second date. Makes perfect sense. Let's continue. Another reason number 2, talks about the ex too much, drinks too much, no chemistry, doesn't believe in God, is vaccinated, is on the phone texting a lot during the date, inappropriate sexual comments. I'm sure I sound picky, but I'm too old and I value my time and self too much to fix someone or settle. I'd rather have a cat. So I'm loving these comments. They're entertaining. They're honest. If you follow me on Facebook, you can simply look for my name, Lisa Concepcion. You'll find my channel. My Facebook profile. You can follow me there. And the conversations are always juicy over there. 146 comments, people going back and forth. It's a dynamic conversation. I've been on Facebook since the beginning. I've always made it a point to have these juicy, often controversial conversations. So look, it all boils down to, is this person for you, right? And are you for them? And so, this is where people are in the world right now. This is where they're at, right? They have very clear about what it is that they want, very clear idea of what it is that they want. I'm sure you watching, you have a very clear idea about what you want. And if those things don't match up with the person, they're probably not going to keep you around, have a second date with you. And truly, the older you get, right, the less time you have to be fixing people and changing people and holding out hope that these people are going to wake up and see the light. So these people are, older, more mature. The younger people, same thing. They're coming at it from a very different perspective, though. They're coming at it from a disposable, like people are very disposable to that younger crowd. If, this person's not into me, okay, there's somebody else in my DMs that I can date, or here's somebody else that I can go and find on a dating app. So while the older segment of the population, they experience that too. There is, fear of missing out and all that. But really, it's different. It's like no tolerance for bullshit. You're, in your out of a certain age, or maybe you've raised children, maybe you've been married before, whatever your deal is, you are living your life and you're just like, I don't have time, bandwidth for bullshit at all. Whereas the younger ones, they'll give a relationship a shot. They'll keep somebody into this like vague, nebulous, you don't know what you are. It's a situationship. We're just talking. Like, what is all of that? I'm going to do a follow-up video on that. So let's keep going with more of these reasons. A man weighs in and he says, am I the only one that has a solid vetting process? Lack of chemistry is really the only thing that you can't vet prior to meeting someone. So I like this reason. I like this comment because the vetting process is very, very important when dating. And so in my Dating with Confidence, Dating with Purpose program that I do with people, one of the major things that I teach, is the vetting process. So if you're on a dating app, how do you get them off the app and into a phone conversation like this with video so you can actually see that they are who they say they are. They look as they look in their pictures. There's no, lying going on. And also you can kind of get a sense of how they live, right? Like you see the background, you see, are they tidy? Are they, sometimes, guys may do a phone video chat just behind a plain like back wall with a picture on it. So you can't really tell is my point. But there is a way to vet them in that you're going to ask some open-ended questions. This is what I teach. And you're going to know what to listen for so that you can determine if one-on-one in-person date is even warranted. So I love that this guy mentioned the vetting process. It's very important. And if you vet properly, you can save a lot of time, right? And okay, let's see. This other guy says, I have 3 baby daddies and been divorced 3 times. Yeah, probably not going to get a second date. Sorry. Look, the decisions that you make in life add up, and they either add up to a winner or they add up to baggage, and it's baggage. That's baggage. That's bad decisions, cumulative, and here's what you have. 3 different fathers, 3 different baby daddies, whatever that culture is, it's, destroying, it's very destructive. So yeah, that's probably not going to get you a second date. But if you knew how to vet these people, there wouldn't have been a first date with that person. Okay, here's another one. She told me that she recently got laid off 4 years ago and her future plans were to have 4 kids and be a stay-at-home mom. Okay, so let's give her a little bit of a break, because not all women are interested in being part of the slave matrix. There are women out there who are super feminine. Maybe they worked for, 8 to 10 years, from 18 to 28, and they realize this working world bullshit, this masculine energy crap is not for me. And so I want to be a mom and I want to be a homemaker and a caretaker. And that's where I feel most feminine and most true to who I am. So kudos to her for being honest. Now, there is a certain kind of man that is going to appreciate that. And obviously this person was not that, right? So it's very important to be open and honest. And I applaud this woman, right? There's a lot of shade thrown at women who openly admit, like, listen, from 20 to 30, I busted my ass and I worked and I hated it. And it wasn't rewarding and it wasn't fulfilling. And now I find myself 30 years old and all I want to do is take care of a man and children and have a family. There's nothing wrong with that. And far too long, people have been throwing shade on the family institution. And this is what the current atmosphere in the world is trying to destroy. So no shade on any of these people. You are where you are, right? In life, this guy isn't, maybe he has kids already. He wasn't into that lifestyle, whatever. But there is a lot of strength in family, and right now there's an attack on the family. So I throw no shade at any women out there who are like, bottom line, I just want to take care of a family. I want to maintain harmony in that home and peace, and I want everybody operating in their best and in their most fulfilled state. And I want to make sure that I have a say on what's going on with my kids, that I am involved with them, that I'm not turning them over to a corrupt education system so they're going to be indoctrinated. So let's keep it moving. That's my piece on that. Shout out to all the single moms out there. Shout out to all the moms of high power guys crushing it out there, doing what they got to do to bring it in for the family. And they make sure that kids are operating on a very well high level. They're doing great in school. Some mothers are even homeschooling now. They're yanking their kids out of schools and they're pooling their forces together with other moms, getting curriculums, teaching kids how to be functional citizens with confidence. Okay, that's missing right now. So let's keep it moving with these dating questions, because there's dating comments rather. She ate food from my plate that I didn't touch on the first date. Okay, let's get into this. So when you get to know somebody better, you know, can I grab a fry? Is cute. That's nice. You have already established trust and rapport, and there's a connection. There's a bond forming. But on the first date, you're grabbing food off people's plates without even asking them permission, and the person didn't even touch their food yet. That is a lack of etiquette. Clean it up. Okay. They posted a picture from 20 years ago and then answers the door with a tub of ice cream and a muumuu on, talking about the all-you-can-eat country kitchen specials. Okay, so this is a common thing. You know, a lot of times people lie. They post pictures that are from 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 20 years ago. Handle your self-worth, handle your self-confidence. Like, if you can't be true about who you are presently and you have issues with anything about your appearance, about like you don't own it. If you have problems with that and you're like posting pictures of yourself with ridiculous filters, like, can we just make it where no more filters? Own who you are. You are the age that you are. You are not fooling anybody. And when you go on these dates and these dudes roll up and they see exactly what you look like, right? And they're like disappointed because you posted a picture of you from 30 years ago. You posted a picture with so much, you know, filtering, that they look at you like you don't even look like yourself. You don't even look like the real person, like sitting in front of me. And it's not so much that they don't like that, what you look like. They don't like that you lied. They don't like that you can't own who you truly are. And authenticity is everything. You can't be authentic and cool with who you are at the age you are and own it, then probably not going to get a second date. That's just the way it is. I mean, don't shoot the messenger. Men like authenticity. They would rather a woman post real pictures of herself and own the fact that she's the age she is, show up, be elegant and well-dressed, well put together, and be real. But that is a self-esteem issue and women need to handle it. All right, moving along. Listening to how their kids are their whole world and no one will ever come before their children, especially when their children are already young adults still living at home. This is never going to get you a second date. Men know exactly how to fish around and ask the appropriate questions, and who doesn't like talking about their kids, right? So if you are one of these codependent parents who enable laziness and enable what I call arrested development in your children, meaning you have a dysfunction in that you need to feel needed and your identity is attached to your children and to motherhood, and you do not know how to cut the cord and have your children go off and be adults. They're still acting like they're 14 years old and they're 24. And it's because you need to feel needed. Who will I be if I do not have these people looking to me for their food, for their money, for their survival? All right. So like, get that handled, because it's not a hot look. And if you're single and you're a mom and you're dating in this way and you still have your 22 and 26-year-old kids living at home and they're not contributing, because it's different. It's very different. I'll give you an example. I was coaching a woman, two sons, and her husband passed away. So those kids immediately got into, we are the man of the house. We take care of our mom. right? They were 16 and 14 or 16 and 13 when the dad passed. So right in that moment, those kids stepped into, we take care of mom. So they had school, they had college, they had all this stuff, but simultaneously they worked, and they would work, take money for themselves for spending money, and then put money into the maintaining the home. They didn't want to lose their home, their family home. And what ended up happening was both of these brothers, they formed a business, right? An online digital business. And they were able to pay off the entire remaining mortgage of their home. So before age 30, these two sons bound together, paid off mortgage for mom. Mom's sitting pretty in her house that she owns, and they all have the family house. And those two sons built that business and still live in that house. It's essentially the family house, like a family compound, if you will. So they're running their business out of it. They're stashing cash, taking care of mom. And they're like, when we get to an age where we want to have wife and family, we'll move out. Other than that, we own this home. Our mother is here. And you see the difference? They are taking care of their mother. They created something extraordinary that then brings in income to take that burden off their mother. But that is not what we're seeing. Yes, we do see that. We do see a lot of younger kids crushing it on digital, having these digital businesses, crushing it, amazing. But for the most part, we see a lot of matrixed people raising their children to be coddled, entitled little brats. And that's why they're in their 20s and they're still living with you, and you're getting something out of it. You're getting their need, their neediness, and you then feel like you have purpose. So it's a very toxic, dysfunctional dynamic. It enables them to remain children, and it does a disservice to you, because if you're trying to date and find somebody to move on with and create a great life with, and your children are grown and you're still treating them like they're 8-year-olds, you're probably not going to get a second date. Great comment. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, let's see who else. This will be the last one, so let's make it extra juicy. Oh, here's one. I looked him up and he had 37 counts against him, from prostitution to solicitation to hitting a police officer to drugs and 2 DUIs. It's amazing what you find out about people. Very interesting. Yes. So comment below with where are you in the whole looking up people and researching people and being sleuthy detective on people. I think it is very interesting how people go out there and they're very predatory and they pretty much are living a double life. I also encourage people to be very safe when dating and when meeting people. So where you are, where's your stance on the whole looking up people and having investigations on people, that you meet? A lot of people, creep their social media. They'll look and see oh, there's this ex-girlfriend. They'll scroll down in their history to see is he truly out of his relationship? Is she, totally who she says she is? So if they see something like this woman did, legal situation and all this, you'll probably end up just not have a second date, just fall away, no contact, nothing, no need to even give a justifiable reason, just let that thing fall away. So that's pretty much it. That's just a snapshot. Dating is tough. People are out there trying to date at every age. You got people in their 20s. I'm coaching a woman right now. She's early 30s. And she's creating a new identity for herself that brings in the good parts of her culture and removes all the bad parts of her culture so that she could become her own person and attract the kind of man that she wants to attract. I'm coaching a woman who is in her 50s, and she just now had her son leave the nest. So she's dealing with that. And who is she going to be next? And what amazing life she's going to create for herself as she moves deeper into her 50s. And I have another person, a guy, getting over a very tough breakup with a narcissistic woman. Yes, women can be very narcissistic and manipulative, and this guy got very spun around in that, so I'm helping him with that, and other people with other similar things. So if you're interested in being on my roster of amazing people, just like you, just trying to make the best of life and trying to find love and have healthy, harmonious relationships, let's hang out. You can reach me at LoveQuestCoaching.com. That's LoveQuestCoaching.com. When you get there, you will see a picture of me so you know you're in the right place. And beneath, there will be a button for your free Love Life Assessment. So you can grab that over there. And there are a lot coming in. So I usually ask people to allow, 3 to 5 days at this point to get feedback from me, but it's very thorough. I have people printing it out, bringing it to their therapists, firing their therapists, being like, listen, I've been with you for 5 years and this broke it down for me more than you did in 5 years. So you're out. And then they come and work with me. So anyway, thank you so much for your time and attention. I appreciate you. Comment below, subscribe if you're watching me on YouTube. Hit that bell notification so you get the little ding ding bell when the party starts. And I look forward to connecting with you soon. Thanks so much. Have a great night, you guys. Bye.